So, how do you start off a podcast?
I don't know. Oh, wait, how did you start off last? Hi.
Hi. It's been a minute. So I have my first guest, which is my bestie of 10 years, Miss Tyler Ray. I love it. I haven't seen her in like months. When the last time we seen each other?
Last year.
Literally? When? The funeral.
Yeah.
Dang, that was the last time we seen each other?
No.
That is.
We did go to altitude before. It was crazy.
That was
pictures.
That was before.
So yeah.
That's crazy. We haven't seen each other.
It's been
since September.
Yeah, I'm about to say
it is September, October, November, December. Yeah,
almost a baby being born. I could have hit a whole child.
I could have hit a whole child, but I mean, I guess. But yeah, so today's topic for us, we have our notebooks because we are like people that ramble. Okay, I have questions for us. I have bullet points for us, and we're just gonna get into it because yeah. So I'm gonna ask my guest first. We're so goofy. We can't take nothing seriously. We're gonna ask our guest first. What era are you in?
I am in an overall. God. It's a me season. It's me era. But with my era, they are lifestyle eras because I have many personalities, so I need to branch it out. So I'm in my soft girl era, my villain era,
Period.
I call it my era, but y'all call it that girl.
Yeah.
And then it's a spiritual era. Those are my top 4s.
I think I got more than 4. But I feel like
she's crazy. She got multiple.
I do got multiple personalities for real. I think for me though, personally, I'm in my overall soft girl era. And what I mean by that is like learning to not quickly respond in a rah-rah way.
Right.
I'm the person where I'm just like, right is right and wrong is wrong. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you're like being picked on, of like you're being bullied in some way, shape, or form, is just that triggers me in a way. So I'm working on everybody's fight is not my fight. Everybody's situation is not like I'm learning to not take on other people's situations. Because that one stresses me out.
Right. And that's not even your issue.
And it's not even my issue. And I'm always playing Captain Save-A-Ho for some reason. Because I care. Like I'm a genuine person that care. Like if I'm with you, I'm rocking with you. Like we friends in a relationship, like I'm rocking with you. I don't like people to feel like the little guy, if that makes sense. And I feel like too, when you show up for people, you burn out for yourself.
Yep.
You don't necessarily have the energy to even like do the things that you want to do.
You put all your energy into other
you
people.
Putting all your energy into other people. Like I feel like for me, I'm in like my soft girl. That includes me healing from past traumas. That includes me managing my money better than what I manage my money. It's me being a better entrepreneur and taking charge for my business and doing what needs to be done instead of just like, I don't feel like it. I'm tired today, or I'll get to it. No, if you want to be a millionaire, you can't just be like,
you can't just sit
I'll do it tomorrow. Why put off? What's that quote? Why put off today? Why put off tomorrow what you could do today? I don't. Yeah. And I'm a person that likes to work. I like being busy. I like being on the go.
I like to relax. I do my stuff, but I make my time to relax.
It's hard for me to relax because I feel like if I can sit here and relax, like granted, yes, the part of self-care is relaxing and taking care of yourself and being able to not burning yourself out. Yeah, enjoy the small moments and the big moments. But I just feel like you when you do that, it's like in the back of your mind, it's like I could be doing this. I could be doing that. I could be, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I be hard on myself. I really do.
You have to be gentle. You and your soft girl era.
But I feel like for me
being
too,
gentle.
being gentle for me is not because I've been told I was aggressive. I've been told. What are you looking at? I've been told I was aggressive, and I am. But I feel like I'm aggressive in certain situations. Like when I said, if I feel like somebody's being bullied, I feel like my childhood, because it was just women in the household and we had to figure it out, your fight or flight kicks in. So like that, and they say, well, men, that's a masculine trait because men are aggressive and men are assertive and men. No, I feel like both sexes can be that. It's just a level of quote unquote masculinity that you have.
And it's weird because it's like if I'm single and I have nobody to protect me,
exactly, who's gonna protect me?
I have to protect.
And you are your own biggest advocate at the end of the day. You can't just expect to be Cinderella and somebody to show up with your other glass slipper. Sometimes you gotta bring your own glass slipper.
And Cheetah Girl said what they say like exactly. Cinderella. Exactly.
Sitting on the coldest Gisela, waiting for somebody
what's in us
to come and set me free.
Who's gonna rescue me? Nobody but like myself, or something like that. That's what it was.
All will survive.
Why that's a clip going around now? Raven singing Cheetah Girl.
I don't know. I can't like be. I don't want to be rescued in a sense. Let's say something. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
Because we also were raised being independent. Not
I was raised to be independent. I was raised to be very observant, very independent. Not don't count on no man for nothing. I wasn't raised like that.
Now, I'm a strong, independent Black woman.
And I don't need no man. I got my son to protect me. That's not me. That's not me at all.
It's just we know. Like, if you go out somewhere, make sure you have your own money with you. So you can be able to take care of yourself. Make sure you know how you're going to get home because you don't want to require or like, what's the word? I said require. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Expect help from someone.
So like,
and that goes for anyone. Like friendship, like friends, family, hanging out anywhere. You just want to know.
Like, what's crazy is we talked about this yesterday where we already have an understanding that if me and her go out and we go to eat, and it's just two of us, we're not splitting a check. She gonna pay for what she paid for. I pay for what I got, and it's a done deal. But that's we've been friends for over 10 years, so that's our understanding. You have different things. Yeah, you have different things, like different things for different people. You don't treat all your friends the same. Not saying like, oh, I'm this way with this friend, but I'm a different way with this friend. No, different friends require different things. Me and her can talk months at a time. Like we could disappear for months. Maybe 2 months at max, I think is the longest we've like not talked. But we can come back and talk like nothing's ever happened.
And you gotta catch up on everything.
And we catching up on
2 months.
And in those 2 months, we both notice each other's growth in certain things. Like before, girl, I remember in our early 20s, this is how I know we in our mature era. Because in our early 20s, as soon as something would happen, girl, let me tell you this. And it was just, I don't want to say like it was drama, but it was just like a messiness to it.
Petty.
We were petty.
Petty LaBelle.
Petty, yeah. And it's like,
and
it's just like now, the way we are, we'll come to each other and be like, girl, this is what happened, and then this is how I reacted, or this is what I did not do.
Because we take time to sit in our emotions and actually
exactly, and that's what I'm learning. I'm learning to control my immersion.
That's French.
That's not French. That's Ebonics. That's in Medea.
Immersion, hallelujah.
Immersion. There you go. There you go. I'm learning to control my emotions way better than what I did before. I'm still healing. I'm healing, not healed. But in certain situations and in certain people, I realize too that when people come into your life and they can take you back to a place that you grew from, they gotta go. They can't stay. Because I feel like you should not be befriending anybody that takes you out of your character or puts you in situations of their mess that you used to do years ago. Granted, I do feel like, so do you feel like in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to evaluate the people that are around you?
I feel like yes and no, because I know, like when people say a birds of a feather flock together,
And then a lot of people
like,
say you are who you hang
yeah,
out
that
with.
too. And it's just like it depends, because it's like how you have different friends for different situations.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, if because everybody know I'm not the turn up friend. I am not the person that like, let's go to the club, da
Yeah,
da
I'm
da
not.
da. No.
Mm-mm.
But would I go to the club? Yes, I will go to the club, but don't expect me to be,
Sloppy drunk with
twerking
you.
and rolling
Yeah.
around on the floor and let's get drunk. And no, I'm a very chilled person. So it's like I wouldn't downgrade my friends that do like to go clubbing or whatever. It's just like, okay, that's what they like to do for fun. So this is like the fun crew type of thing. And then I have the friends that just like to sit and chill and and I don't know if I'm gonna stand on topic, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like I feel like it just depends. Like none of my friends, we don't just be out here,
Out in the streets.
yeah, we're not like
Kicking it. We never been them girls.
exactly. So it's like I don't feel like any of my friends are doing anything that I would be like, oh no, I cannot hang out with you.
Mhm.
Like you just out of control. But obviously, if they are, I'm gonna check them. Be like, what are you doing?
She really will.
What are you doing?
Like we said, we wasn't doing it.
We're better than this.
And I feel like too. Okay, so I do feel like over time, people grow in different directions. No, it's not no beef or nothing like that. It's just you grow apart. You know, you see things differently, you view things differently, your mindsets have changed. Right. And it's not because, oh, they're a bad person and I'm a bad person. It's just simply we were friends and it was us being good friends for a season. Maybe we needed to teach each other some type of a lesson. And maybe that lesson has been learned and then it's run its course with that friendship. But if you see them in person, it's a, hey, how you doing? Like, it's no animosity.
No beef.
No beef. No, I want to fight her on sight. First of all, we too old for that.
Yeah, right.
But it's no,
issues.
No issues. Like I can see you in person and if I give you a hug, it wouldn't be fake. It's just, hey, we haven't talked for a while and this is what it is, Right. I just feel like, and I'm also learning better communication. And I'm also learning better communication. And I feel like I used to scream, oh, I have good communication. I can do this. But I feel like in 2023, in 2023,
it tested you.
It extremely tested how I reacted to things. It tested my mental health level. It tested my level of, yo, like you really trying me right now. Do I want to put my hands on you or do I want to curse you out?
Like I am not that person.
And I will say, in most situations, I did not react in the right way. Because when you feel like you're being attacked, you automatically respond in a defensive way. You automatically are on the defensive because it's like you feel like you coming from a coup. Like you coming for my character. You
don't know me.
You don't know me. You didn't even take the time to know me. And I think that's where my aggressive side comes out. When I feel like I'm being attacked and I feel like something is triggering, I automatically go to that hard shell where it's just like, all right, now I have to show you better than I can tell you. And that's not always the case. Sometimes people are just trying to have a conversation with you. Now, most cases, sometimes people are being smart with you.
And then you be like,
okay, now I do feel like when you do feel like people are trying you, you do have to let them know, like every once in a while, like, yo, don't play with me. Like, be cool, or we could get active. And I'm not saying get active where I'm putting my hands on you, because I'm too old for that. I mean, granted, we could have went to jail years ago, but I'm real can go to jail now. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But what I mean by get active is I don't want to revert back to the person I was, where I feel like I need to curse you out to get my point across. You could talk to somebody and get your point across without using profanity. I think people do it because that's the only way people gonna hear you and feel you. But it's not something that you need to do. It's not a detrimental thing.
And then that's how it become arguments because then you're like, oh, she trying me back.
Exactly.
And
It's like, now I'm gonna
try
go back and forth for her. What?
That's why we peacefully, like, classically,
Classy.
classily.
Classily, yes. I think that's a word. It's a word. It's a word.
We put them in a place, and then it's just like, I had nothing else to say.
And every action doesn't need a reaction. Sometimes, like we said before, you think about your actions before you do them. There isn't granted, there are wrong and right ways to respond, but in the moment you may think that you are right, and then when you sit back on it, it's like, dang, I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to react that way. I didn't have to respond that way.
Because I'm more of a person, like, if I said this, that means I mean it. Because I actually take time to think of a response before I react to stuff. So it's like, if I say something, I try to say stuff where I know I won't regret it later. Because when I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
Ooh. So do you think? So you know how like people be like with the liquid courage thing, like they say how they really feel, or do you feel like? So when people have liquid courage and they say what they say to you, whether it's anything inappropriate or whether it's like, I don't like you, this, do you think that's what they really feel? Even when, do you think when people get mad and they like, well, this is what I like, you this, you that, do you think that's how they really feel?
Sometimes I think some people be trying to just go under the belt, but you have to pay attention to their actions even while they're sober or like in a good mood, because it's like some people just say certain things just to get under your skin. And depending on who it also is, because some people, it's just like, if you, for example, you have your best friend and y'all fall out, and then all of a sudden it's just airing your business out. It's kind of just like
you had an underlying motive. You were jealous,
just like, exactly. You just was collecting information, just to later use it against me. So it's kind of just like, I feel like some people actually be saying stuff and not mean it. So you always got to pay attention to their actions for sure in a happy state. Sometimes people be fake too. I don't know.
You want to know what's crazy though? Because I think me and you are. I think what we have in common, like me and you are very, very observant of like people mannerisms, how they talk, their tone in which they say
tell when things switch up.
We pick up like body. Like for me, if I'll use the example of dating, and that I can have a conversation with you, and the conversation can go well, but I won't know whether I'm comfortable with you until I'm in your presence, like until I see your mannerisms, how you react to certain questions that I ask you, your facial expressions when I say certain things. When on the phone, you'll pick up on like the tone, but you won't really like grasp the full aspect of it until you see their face. So I feel like even with friendships, when I noticed that nowadays people make a joke, they'll say something, but they'll say it in a joking way to see how you're gonna react to it.
And they actually
like they're and then when you react to it a certain way, it's like, oh no, I was just joking. No, you meant that, and I take note of that.
I feel like that happened to me. I feel like that happened to me.
Okay, it happened to her, guys.
But you know, because in the moment, because I used to be an overthinker. I changed my ways. I don't like to overthink anymore because I feel like that adds more unnecessary stress and stuff. So like I'll always overthink stuff, and then I'll be like, no, I didn't mean it like that. I don't think that's that. But then it's like once now that I'm in my what era would I classify this in? Villain era? Or I feel like it's like I'm seeing things, and I'm just like, no, this is what they actually, this is actually how they were moving. And I was just, in my overly caring ways, or telling myself not to think like that because, you could just be putting stuff in your head. And it's just like, no, when you see the first actions of anyone's actions, you take note of that and you keep that in your head for sure. Because they already be telling me leaving breadcrumbs of what they're really
People telling themselves. All you have to do is pay attention. Honestly, in life, all you have to do is listen to a person's conversation. Even if you're not frequently around them, if you're on the phone with them, or even if you are frequent, listen to somebody's. Everything you need to know about somebody is
slowly being told.
Is slowly being how they talk to their other friends, how they talk to their family members. How they talk to, if they have kids, how they talk to their kids,
how they talk about themselves,
How
some people be putting themselves like, oh, I'm a good communicator.
I'm this,
like Kennedy said.
And it's
you
like,
realize, wait,
you're not.
Wait a minute,
you're not. Like, and I find that when people be like, "Oh, I'm a good communicator," I'm this. You're not.
That's what you want to be.
That's what you want to be. You're projecting what you want to be, so you can be in this person's presence because you either sense an energy that they have.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You either sense the energy that they have or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, this is what you do. You know, you're. I don't know. It's like it's that imposter syndrome.
Because what did it say? Walk it like you talk it, or
walk it like I talk it. Yeah.
Because I feel like it's in your actions that if you're a good communicator, then you just naturally will communicate right.
Yeah.
You first thing you'll say to somebody like, "Oh, well, tell me about yourself." What? I communicate well, but it's just like, okay, but that's not. You know what I mean? Like,
and two, when to piggyback off that, and I hope this makes sense. I'm a naturally caring person. And if I care about you, I'll give you the world. I will do anything for you. I will drop anything for you, especially if I deeply, deeply care about you and I see something in you. And it's just like, I think for me, a part of what era I'm in as well is to not care as much. Not to stop caring, but to know when to pull back.
Yeah, and know
because people take advantage of that. They take advantage of how much you care about them. They take advantage of that you will do anything for them. And as mean as I may come off, as aggressive as I may come off, as, standoffish as I may come off, if I genuinely care about you, I would move mountains for you. Because that is just the type. I will give you my last, and you won't even know it's my last.
Exactly.
And I'll never tell you that, hey, I gave you my last.
That's the thing, too. When you help people, because I feel like when you help people and it's genuine, you won't brag about the fact that you help.
Yeah, I don't.
Or throw it in their face later.
That's why I never understood why when people would give back to the homeless and give them food and do cold drive. Like, I get it. You're showing like, hey, the naysayers like, oh, you don't do this, you don't do this, but when you actually do. But why do you think those people want to be filmed at the lowest? Some of those people are at the lowest point in their life. Do you think they wanted to be homeless? Some of them are veterans that didn't get the help that they need. Some of those people have children that, they got put out of their house because of unforeseen circumstances. Why film that? Not saying that you're trying to degrade them, but
right. Because I feel like they don't even ask permission either.
They just do it.
Because I'm giving you something.
I can film you.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm going to invade your personal space. No, that's not how this.
No.
That's not how this works. You can't.
Still get them a consent form. If they want to be on camera.
Not a consent form.
Yeah.
So, okay. I think too, because I don't want to say I'm in a lot of different eras, but I feel like self-care is me healing properly, me learning to communicate in different circumstances properly, me learning how to better manage my money because I know how to manage it. But it's just like, I look at it as if I don't have the money for it, I don't need it.
That's me.
I don't need it. If it's $200 and I don't have the $200, I don't need it that bad. If it's not detrimental to my life or my child's life, I don't need it. I want to dress up. I'm always in sweat clothes and a big t-shirt or a graphic tee. I want to dress up. Before I was a mom, and I think that's the overall what era am I in? Getting back to me. And getting back to who I was before I became a mom 6 years ago. Because I feel like you lose yourself being a mom. I know I did. Before, like, don't get me wrong, my hair always still stay done. That's one thing. I'm a hair girly. My hair gonna stay done, whether it's a braid, whether it's a wig, whether it's a micro wings, crochet. I ain't did crochets in a while, but
I'm a crochet girl.
She the crochet girly. But my hair is gonna stay done. I'm gonna figure out new hairstyles. I'm gonna always have a different color in my head. Okay, and I think I'm getting back to that. I was a lipstick girl. You know me. I had purple. I was doing red. I was brown. I was a lip gloss girl. I was a lipstick girl. I remember college doing our eyebrows. eyeliner, trying to be cute. Not even for no boy. It's just to make us feel
nice,
good.
feeling good. Because we knew we was gonna be outside.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I'm about to get cute. We about to go to the beach. We about to go to this
You're right.
place.
We're about to hang out with friends. It's
Right.
not necessarily for a guy, or it's not necessarily for anybody else. And women, most women, get cute for themselves. Because I know when my hair ain't done, I feel depressed.
Ugly. I don't want to be seen.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm tired of my hair looking like
me.
this.
I'd be embarrassed sometimes.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't feel pretty. And I think for the long, like before I had Daniel, baby, I was in heels.
Not me.
I was in heels. I was a heel girly. You did not catch me without no heels on. In high school,
baby, at that time we dressed. He was like, let's just wear dress and heels to school today.
Yeah, I was that girl. I was that girl.
And we actually did it. And
we did it. And then we were cute. And all the teachers was like, oh my God, you guys look so cute.
When we was going to school, that's it.
That's it. We was going to school. It was our senior thing. We all had on sundresses at 16, 17 years old in high school, senior year. Hair cute. We did our hair, big earrings. I used to wear big earrings before I became a mom. I do my studs. I'm my stud girl.
I be switching. My issue is I can never stick to a color because I have my gold phases and then I have my silver phases, and I just go back and forth. But I'm always gonna be a hoop girly.
Yeah, I like big hoops.
I like my hoops. Oh no,
I love.
Well, whatever. It's off now. I don't got time.
Y'all can't see that side for real,
right?
But I think I'm getting back to me and learning who I am too, because you lose yourself. Even when in a relationship, you lose yourself. So like, I can't really say that I went through postpartum. I don't know if I did.
I definitely did.
I really, because it was so much going on during that time, like emotionally. So I probably did, and just did not know it
as something else.
As something else, and I just feel like. I feel like that part of my life I did heal from, in a sense. Like I'm still healing from certain parts of it, obviously. Yeah. But for the most part, I can say I'm 75% healed from it.
I mean, thinking you about to say 75 years old. I'm about to say what? I'm about to say, I feel like we forever gonna be healing as humans because it's like we.
Yeah, I think you heal every day.
So it's like we're always gonna forever heal. It's just always knowing to heal and let it go.
Yeah, and that's my problem. I don't let nothing go.
Because you don't want to harbor on it. You're like, yeah, I healed from this, and then you're like.
But I also believe in, I can forgive you, but I won't forget what you did, but I won't harp on it.
Yeah.
Because that forgive and forget doesn't make sense to me. I can forgive you, but in the back of my mind, I won't fully trust you simply because of what you did, whether you betrayed me, whether you cheated on me, whether you put your hands on me, whether you told my business. I'm very big on privacy now. Before I wasn't. I was a share it to the world type of girl. Now I'm very big on like just being private. Share what I want to share, but be private. I don't have to tell everybody.
You will see it.
You'll see it if I wanted you to see it. Like obviously, the closest people to me will know. Like my friends,
but like
some of my family. But like as far as like social media, I feel like I don't need to spread or broadcast. Oh, I got this BMW, or I got my G-Wagon I want, or I got $60,000 in the bank. I don't need to broadcast that. Why do I need to?
Money.
I got a Gucci belt. First of all, like what? I got a Louis Vuitton bag.
It's probably fake. It's probably fake. It's me in the background.
I don't. Not in the background.
Going to school.
And I think I'm learning to not be judgmental.
You know, I say that every new year. I'll be like, I'm not going to talk about nobody. But it's like, as humans, we have our comments. It's just, if you follow over, that's none of my business.
That is not.
It's slide.
No, you do not. Do not listen to her.
What the girl say? To you. Don't stand on business to you. Stand on business on him. Whatever she said. But yeah, it's like don't harbor and be like. Definitely don't be judgmental because we all go through.
We all got skeletons in our closet, and some people got a whole graveyard. So who are you to sit there and judge anybody?
See, like, I don't judge people like off circumstances, like certain stuff.
But if you keep making the same decision over and over again, and you think, oh, I'm gonna get a different outcome this time.
You keep grabbing that apple.
But even in that instance, I just feel like I don't want to judge them though, because
people gotta live and learn on their own time.
And sometimes people just genuinely don't know any better. Or you have it in your head where you want something to turn out a certain way, so you're gonna keep trying and trying until you get that outcome. But sometimes you need to learn when to let it go.
Yep.
You need to learn when to, like, just, you know what, this isn't working. I have tried
too many times.
I've done it different ways, and it's just not working. And it's okay to say, hey, it's not working. It's okay for that, you know? So I just feel like most people don't realize that they have to just put your big girl panties on and be like, you know what? Sometimes the situation is just not for me.
It is what it is. Because at the end of the day,
the day gonna end.
Our little thing.
But I think I need to focus more. I think I'd be so worried about this over here.
I know. That was me the other day. I had to literally tell myself, zone in, Tyler, pick one thing. Pick one thing. Because my mind was everywhere. I was starting one thing. I was like, oh no, wait, I gotta do this. I was like,
I would describe myself as very chaotic, but not a chaotic like crazy. It's a chaotic, I'm all over the place because I just have, my mind stays going. It's always a thought in my head, and it's just like, for me, writing stuff down works. I know for you writing, that's why we got these notebooks.
Exactly.
For us, writing stuff down works because it clears my head, and then I can look at it on paper like, this is what I need to touch on. This is what I need to talk about. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to pay for. This is how much I'm gonna have left. This is what that works for me. I know for most people, how they process things, they'll go to the gym or they'll pick up a hobby or an activity to help them like navigate through whatever. And it's just like, okay, you know, you're doing your big one. I like that for you. I love that for you. But yeah, I just focus. Learn to focus. I think that's my biggest thing that I need to do right now, because I feel like your brain gets overloaded, and I think that's also how you burn out with not focusing and thinking you could do a million things at once.
That's why I broke mine up. Like certain months,
I do certain things.
Top things, because like no, because before I used to try to do everything in one time, and it's just like no, you're gonna get there. Just take your time.
Take your time. And I think too, being calm about stuff too, and not being so erratic about, oh my God, I can't do this. And first of all, don't say what you can't do. And you can do anything that you put your mind to, just figure it out. And I think that's what most people don't understand, is you have to learn yourself. And I think that's what it is I'm doing. I'm relearning myself. I'm not the same Kennedy that I was pre-baby. I think I've grown a lot. I think that I've matured in certain areas a lot. And I think that I can grow a lot even more. And I think that in other areas that I can mature more.
I'm still going to be childish and goofy though.
I'm still going to be childish and goofy because that's like my natural self. That's one thing I know I never lost. Despite anything that we have gone through, one thing we've never lost is just we're going to crack a joke. We're going to crack a joke on ourselves.
Exactly.
That's one thing we going to do.
That's one thing. You think you making fun of me?
No, we laughed. Okay, I just said better jokes than what you could ever say.
I roasted myself already.
Do you hear me? So what you say to me ain't going to hurt me. But I think I'm learning, for the most part, it's just us. Well, I can't speak for you, but for me, it's just taking my time and knowing everything is going to be okay. Not everything, you're not in competition with anybody. You don't have, everybody is on their own timetable. You're not in a rush. You will get to your goal at your own pace.
I feel like that's with my spiritual era and that girl era. Because it's like I'm trusting the process. But me being that girl, I need to put in that work. But not put too much stress on myself. It's like, you already know it's for you. You already know you're going to get there. trust yourself, trust the process, and just do what you have to do to get there.
And I think for me too, I succeed way better when I don't try to date nobody. I really do. I feel like because now I'm focusing my energy on talking to somebody and trying to get to know somebody, that I'm taking my focus away from something that I always wanted to do, or that I've been saying for months. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Okay, well, why haven't you? Because your focus is somewhere. My focus was somewhere else. Obviously, dating is not in the cards for me, and that's fine for right now because I have other things. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I'm a student. I'm a friend. I'm a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm all of those things. I don't need to be a girlfriend at the moment because even that in itself is a work in progress, because now you're learning somebody else's personality and you're trying to figure out how to make it work if it can work. And that's just also putting energy in it. Not saying that a relationship wouldn't be nice. It would be, but under the right circumstances and under the right time. I feel like when you go looking for something, and I'm not necessarily saying that I was quote unquote looking for it, but like that's the only way I can really put it. But when you go looking for something or you want something so bad and you just talking to people to talk to people in a way, you're just wasting energy that you could be putting into pouring into your business, pouring into being a better mom, pouring into being a student, pouring into yourself.
Because that's the most important. You always gotta make sure you're good. Because when you're good, then everything else is gonna follow. Exactly. That's how I've been feeling since I've been focusing on myself. I've been more happier, which made Jelly, my daughter, happier. So it's like everything around it just feels so like a breath of fresh air and brighter. So it's just like put that energy to yourself. Make sure you're good first. Because also with learning someone else, you're also still learning yourself. So it's like,
and you're learning how to adapt to the self that you're learning to them.
So it's just like get yourself established, and then everything else will fall in line. Because that's how I feel. Like I need to do a lot of succeeding on my own before I have other people come in. Because I feel like everybody that I talked to was a test. To me, was a test to see where I'm gonna be when I become successful. That's what I always say.
I think the people that I've talked to, for me, I think they made me realize certain things about myself that I probably was ignoring. And that's probably a good thing, because you could be self-aware that you're this way and you're that way, but that doesn't mean that you're working on it, you know? But when somebody else brings it to your attention, it's just like, well, do you think that the reason X, Y, and Z is because you're this way? But I feel like too, you should still be able to be yourself. Right. Everybody is still a work in progress at the end of the day. And as long as you acknowledge the work that you need to do within yourself, you'll go a long way. Yeah, because
acknowledge it and actually do it, take those steps.
There's a saying like, if you were to get into a relationship, if you were to find somebody tomorrow, would you date yourself? My answer is no, I wouldn't. Yes. I wouldn't date myself, because I know for me, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not patient. Sometimes I am aggressive. I'm very opinionated. And it's nothing wrong with being opinionated, but some stuff you just don't get to say. You just shut up.
Sometimes you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say that
at all. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Now, if you want to talk to your partner at the end of the day and tell them your opinion, but in a room full of people in the moment, you don't need to do that. And for me, sometimes in the moment, I say what pops in my head. I'm not rude about it.
I'm just saying what
everybody thinking. And sometimes you can't say what everybody thinking because you can't speak for people.
Because the people used to say, I'm always throwing shade. They're like, hey, you low key be shady. I'm just like, I'm not. Listen, if you took what I said as shady, that's your own.
That's your own thing, Bookie.
I just said what I said,
and I meant what I said. So I just feel like at the end of the day gonna end. But we can't take nothing serious, bro.
She should have never said that.
She never.
It's her fault.
It's her fault. But I just feel like accountability. It's all about taking accountability, and most people don't. And it's okay. It's fine. You know that you at that moment you're not ready, but don't expect people to want to deal with you either. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable for your own actions, granted, somebody may do something to you to react a certain way, But you still have to look at yourself and say, this is what I did and this is what I could have done better.
Now, would you apologize to that person?
I would apologize. If I was wrong, I would apologize to
I know, because that's one thing about me. I don't apologize, but I feel like I don't need to apologize. If I apologize, I feel like I genuinely did something wrong.
And for me, like I said, once I care about you, I'm locked in. So I want to have that conversation with you so I can get a better understanding of why you feel the way you feel. But an apology is not, well, if I made you feel this way, that's not an apology. It's, I apologize for making you feel this way. That was not my intention.
Exactly.
Ain't no but, ain't no if I made you, if I didn't know, if I apologize.
I'm sorry you took it that way.
That's not no apology neither, though.
That's what they always say.
Or no, that is. You can say, I apologize for you taking it that way, but that was not my intention. Yeah. My intention was X, Y, and Z.
It's not how you say it.
It's what you say.
Exactly. And sometimes it's how you say it. I'm sorry.
Who you talking to like that?
Said where you say, give me my paper back. Now take it nice.
Take it nicely.
Like, you got to apologize. I don't want it. But yeah, the tone and then what you say.
And then too, sometimes you got to be okay with not having closure. I was the person where I needed closure. I wanted to have that conversation. I needed to know when, where, why.
To see everything out.
Yeah.
So my feelings could get sorted properly.
And sometimes your feelings are valid regardless of whether you get that closure, because nobody can tell you how you feel. You know how you felt in that moment. You know how that person made you feel. You know what they
was doing. 9 times out of 10, they know what they be doing.
And their actions and their words were not matching up. You physically saw it. You visually saw it. Did you choose to stay? Yes. Did you choose to continue in the buffoonery? Yes. But when you're fed up, everybody has their own breaking point. And you know when you need to remove yourself from a situation. Nobody can tell. You can get advice from 100 people and they can give you different types of advice. Only you know when you need to leave a certain situation, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's dealing with family members. Only you know that you need to leave. And it's okay. Like, I understand it's easier said than done, but you're going to be a better person for it. So, like, when you think about
yourself, you'll be happy, like, oh, I did something for myself. That feels good.
Yeah. So when you think about what era you're specifically in, are you in your healing era? Are you in your education era? Are you in your better communication era? Are you in just self-love and self-care era? Are you in your, I need some money managed better? You know, am I an entrepreneur? Can I do better at that? You know, am I good at being calm in certain situations? Can I let go of things that I don't have the answer to and probably never will have the answer to? Or can I just simply focus and do what I need to do? Or as far as, am I trying to be more spiritual? Am I trying to get more in touch with God? Am I trying to being that girl? Can I be that girl or that guy? Pouring into myself.
Guys, y'all can have y'all. I saw this. They're talking about the soft guy era, and I didn't really look at the video, but I'm pretty sure they bashing men for having soft.
But I feel like men need to be soft too. Yeah, men are taught to just be so hardcore and masculine, and you can't cry in this. I feel like it is important for men to have a safe space. That is another topic,
regardless
for another
of
video.
A relationship too.
Yeah, you need to have a safe space. Men also need to have a safe space. It's not only women that needs to feel safe and feel comfortable and feel loved. Men also need to feel that too. Men are not excluded in that. And people, and that's what I hate about society. They're like, oh well, if he's this, he a simp. I just like, no, he's able to express his feeling. But men don't, because when the moment men cry,
they say it's gay.
They say, or not even that it's gay. It's, oh, you soft, or it's thrown back in their face. And now they have to censor themselves around you. And it shouldn't be that. Men, even if it's not in a safe space with a woman,
it needs to be in a safe space
in their friend group.
Yeah.
You should be able to have that safe space with your friends where they're not going to judge you because you're shedding a tear because you're hurt.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to only shed a tear if somebody died or something were to detrimentally happen to your family.
It was like, you don't supposed to be crying.
Yeah, and it's just like, on your arms. And my thing is, who said that? Who said that men can't
cry? A man that cried and realized everybody was laughing. Just like, why are you laughing? And ever since then, it went all the way
back to
it all
the
started the dinosaur. It was an egg that was born.
You play too much. I hate you so much.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, you can have your soft guy era.
Yeah, you can
don't
have
let
your
them
soft
talk
guy
you all
era.
Crazy.
Don't let nobody tell you can't.
They be just trying.
So I think we touched on a lot of stuff in this episode, and I'm happy about that. I feel like I talked more than you. I feel like,
but no, because I was agreeing with 90% of what you were saying, so it's like,
yeah, it's just a little awkward. That's all.
the host has to
That
be
little giggle just sent me.
The host has to be a host.
But yeah, I don't know. So I want to end every episode with the guest saying a quote, because I feel like even if it doesn't relate to the topic, the quote relates to that person's life and what they're going through or how they view things. So, Miss Tyler Ray,
y'all ready for this?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Would you like to say your quote?
My quote is, I don't know if this would be a quote or a statement, but either way, take it in and resonate. Okay, it says, be protective of your aura. People will see your vibe or your glow and want to orbit in it, So to dim your light as well, okay? But don't let them dim your light. They will want to see you glow if they really are, want to be in your little earth world, okay? You are the world. You are the earth. These other people just orbit around. So protect yourself. Protect your little world and don't let people come in trying to destroy it.
Yeah.
Find your inner peace and stay there.
Oh, I like that.
The peasants.
Okay.
Mama D. The peasants. You're on your throne.
I like that. I love that. And it ties in with the topic.
You said one of those things too. I was like, oh, that's my quote. I was going to say that, but I was like, no, I don't want to give it away.
You're so silly. But yeah, guys, just figure out what era you're in, how you're going to operate in that era, and how you're going to be the best version of yourself. And I think when you do that, that's when you become the best version of yourself. When you stop letting outside influences determine how you operate.
Yep.
And love yourself always.
And think about your future self too.
Yeah.
With any actions you make now, so you're in the moment. Future self probably not compare what present self decided.
And your future self will be way better than your current self.
I'm excited
because it's a learning experience. So I'm actually so excited for that too. Like for myself and like my friends. Oh, I love it. I love it. But that will conclude our first podcast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to let's talk about it. Bye.
Bye. Gang, gang.
Oh my God.